I have been dying to get on that ride since it opened, since Kentucky Kingdom kind of came back from the dead. So little history lesson for you. Kentucky Kingdom used to be a Six Flags park, Six Flags Kentucky Kingdom. But if you actually keep going back past when it was a Six Flags park, it was owned by Ed Hart. 1989 is when Ed Hart purchased Kentucky Kingdom, grew it quite a considerable amount, and to the point where Premier Parks, a theme park operator, took notice and wanted to purchase it. So Ed Hart sold Kentucky Kingdom to Premier Parks. Well, Premier Parks very soon purchased Six Flags. So in 1998, Kentucky Kingdom became Six Flags Kentucky Kingdom. And Six Flags Kentucky Kingdom went on for some time until it started having some troubles. Six Flags wasn't investing as much in Kentucky Kingdom as its other parks, and they kind of allowed it to get dilapidated, and attendance just declined and declined until Six Flags finally said, you know, we're done with this, we're getting rid of the park. So it looked like Kentucky Kingdom was done for. The land which this park sits on is actually owned by the state. It's on part of the fairgrounds. So there was just all sorts of issues with interested parties. It wasn't as simple as just buying and revitalizing it. You had to go through obtaining permissions from the state. But as fate would have it, Ed Hart, who owned the park previously before Six Flags, came back, purchased the park, and opened it back up under its original Kentucky Kingdom name, no Six Flags. And that grand opening in 2014 featured the first of a kind roller coaster, the Chance Hyper GTX. And that is Lightning Run behind me. And man, what a ride. And this was kind of a revolutionary ride for two reasons. One, it's just a great ride. This is very small, compact, but it packs a punch. That first drop, wickedly steep in a very short amount of time. Definitely ride in the back row if you want to get the most out of that drop. But second, if you're an independent park, essentially barely avoiding bankruptcy, you don't exactly have the capital to buy these crazy, huge roller coasters that were being built at the time at places like Cedar Point. So Chance Rides, which they don't make a lot of roller coasters, had recently released the Hyper GTX model, and this ride only cost $7 million. Now, $7 million is not a small amount of money, but in the grand scheme of amusement parks, roller coasters, and rides, $7 million was a fraction of the cost of what other manufacturers would have charged for a similar ride. So many people say that Lightning Run sort of is the reason that Kentucky Kingdom was able to come back from the dead. Full transparency, I did not expect that. Storm Chaser is such a bite-sized ride. Like, it is over in seconds. In the same way that I prefer something like Maverick to Millennium Force, sometimes smaller and more intense and more dynamic elements is better, and that's exactly what this ride is. I'm questioning whether I like this better than Steel Vengeance and Iron Gwazi, just because some of these airtime moments are mind-numbingly strong. It genuinely feels like they just built this ride too fast. I don't know how else to explain it. It feels like other RMCs I've been on, but it feels like it just goes faster. It just feels too fast. I meant to just do one ride, but now I'm 3 in and I don't think I'm gonna stop. Thunder Run is shaky. I do like how different this is from a lot of traditional Woodies. There's quite a few low to the ground, just long turns, and usually for Woodies like this, you would see more rise into a hill and then turn around, not this like kind of dive into these turns. So nice positive G's. Right over here, these hills provide a surprising amount of kind of medium strength airtime. But overall, I actually really enjoyed that, but one ride is probably good for me. I didn't ride roller skater. Kentucky Flyer, it's an enjoyable family wooden roller coaster. And this was made by the Gravity Group. Gravity Group has experience making some phenomenal wooden roller coasters like the Voyage at Holiday World. Semi-recently, they've gotten more into this family Woody market, and these things are thrilling and very family friendly too. It's a very whippy ride overall, but it's still small enough that it's approachable for families, and it's smooth enough for kids. It's just a great, well-rounded family coaster. I mainly stick to roller coasters, but I just did Fearfall. That was my first Larson drop tower. Larson makes this specific model of drop tower. I was not expecting it to be that much more intense than the other drop towers I've been on, but that got my heart going. That is going to do it for my day here at Kentucky Kingdom. I know this was a shorter video, this was a shorter day than usual, but that's because it is 3 p.m. and I now am going to drive over to Holiday World, which will be a separate video, but you'll see that next week. My overall thoughts, man, this is a nice park. Something I failed to mention in my little history rundown of this park. Recently, I think this was quite a few years ago now, Herschend bought the park. Herschend owns Dollywood and Silver Dollar City, which are two phenomenally well-maintained, well-run theme parks. They are themed to the Old West, themed to the country. And a lot of people expected Kentucky Kingdom to suddenly really up the ante in new additions and good theming, but it kind of is just an amusement park. That was a past roller coaster here. If you saw my first Michigan's Adventure video, you know that SLCs are despised by many. This one was so despised that this is its current state. So that's gonna do it for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, consider liking it. And if you're new to the channel and wanna see more content like this, please consider subscribing. My name's John. You've been watching Midcourse Discourse, and I'll see you next time.